Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking about the 2015 penny. Now, most of these are worth 1 cent, but you want to be aware of the ones that could be worth well beyond that. So it could be a conditional rarity or a mint error major striking problem, but the ones especially I'll focus on are varieties. These are where there's a problem creating the dies that then strike the coins, and they're pretty challenging to discern. You have to look closely, but collectors pay up for the ones that exhibit some doubling, which is what we'll be looking for today. But I've got some clear photos of everything I'm talking about, as well as an explanation that's hopefully just as clear. So let's get right into the video, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. And here we've got the 2015 Shield Cent. We're going to go over the basic Shield Cent overview. Came in 2010 after the Lincoln Memorial had been in place for 50 years. 50 years was wheat cents, then Lincoln Memorials, and then there was the 2009 commemoratives. We arrived at this design with the 13-stripe shield for the initial 13 states, supporting sort of a federal crown up top. Then over here, Lincoln, he was the first person on a U.S. circulating coin in 1909, so that was significant. It's held through to this date, and 2015 does boast one of the key double die obverses. There's lots of varieties through the series, but some of the major ones are the 14, 15, 18D, and 19. We'll get into that in just a moment. First, I want to say conditional rarity, it's going to have to be almost flawless to make a profit. Grading these, it's probably going to need to come back in Mint State 67 Plus or Mint State 68 from PCGS to have the value multiplier that you see here of about $100 or $900. Below that, it's just there's a fair amount of these out there, and there's not a ton of collectors for just common date, really nice high grade examples that aren't like the highest. So just be aware of that. Now, there are some really nice varieties. So this one is a extra thickness. A lot of these are going to be extra thickness because of how the dies are produced. So here you can see a major spread sort of in the northwest southeast direction, and that's all found throughout the lettering. Really nice, and probably worth anywhere from $25 to $90, and that's not even including anything that would be on those upper end condition wise. But this can be certified at NGC. It's not in the cherry pickers guide. If it did get in there, I think that its value would continue to increase. Varieties have been hot recently. This is another example. You can see that significant extra thickness in the bottom of the L and the B in Liberty. Same thing in the top of the 2 and the 0 in the 2015 in the date. And the values on this are lower. It's just less recognized, not certifiable at NGC. Here we can see again a little bit of extra thickness in the date, not nearly to the degree that it was here. But you can also see in the Liberty these right part or the left parts of these letters in RTY, especially in that T and the Y versus the left part or the right part. Keep on forgetting or confusing the directions, but I mean, look at the left part of the Y versus the right branch, just huge difference there. This one's similar, has a spread going in the northwest southeast direction, again a little bit on the bottoms of the B and the E, but nicely seen in the date. This one's pretty expensive, or certainly a good investment return if you can find one of these for 1 cent in your pocket change or a bankroll. And then there's also a nice double die reverse. Huge extra thickness can be seen all through the United States of America, but just some massive thickness on that one. And this one's only recognized at coppercoins.com that I could be aware of, but really, really nice coin and sells for good bit or has estimates and values in that range. In terms of some of the mint errors, there weren't too many from 2015 I could find. This one is struck on a defective planchet, so presumably there are some impurities in the metal. It breaks apart either during or before striking, and this one sold for $552 in a heritage auction sale. Not too many of these out there just because the quality control ramps up quite a bit in the 2000s and prevents things like this from occurring. There's also a nice split die where the die wears down, cracks, and sometimes it's a die crack, but it's a split die if it goes all the way through like this one does. So presumably there's a few more of these out there that sold for over $200. And then there's this nice defective copper plating. It's a zinc core with copper plating on the outside. here it's, for whatever reason, stripped away or didn't properly affix. A little bit on the front, mostly on the back or the reverse. Christopher Talbot Frank is asking $500 on eBay for it. We'll see if that sells. But anyways, some really nice errors here and some cool varieties to search for. So next time you see a 2015 coin, make sure that's not one of these ones that's going to be worth significantly more than the spending power. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.